a 3 to 4 year run here where they're going to be very good. You have the Commanders who have Jaden Daniels, and let's say that he progresses like everyone is projecting he will. You've got a 8 to 10 year run in Washington that's going to be a problem. And then you have the Giants, who I realize they are a mess, but you at least have Malik Neighbors. You have a good defensive line. Let's say they go up and get Cam Ward, and he's awesome. You're clearly the fourth best team in that division of 4 for the next 5 years.
And I will say this, though. In the comeback player of the year market, I do think Dak should probably be the favorite, because right now it's Aiden Hutchinson. And this is something we talked about a couple of weeks ago on the show. Aiden Hutchinson put enough on tape for, even if he comes back and is awesome, he's now getting double. This guy is now getting the double team treatment. This guy's now getting chipped. He's no longer getting one-on-ones. Like, he was dominant when he went down for the Lions. So, Mike, he's not going to get the count and stat. Like he's not going to get the stats, I don't think, for them to give him this award.
I hear where you're coming from.
Yeah.
The Myles Garrett of all matters, because we talked about Detroit, Philadelphia, 2 teams that are apparently in the game to go get Myles Garrett. If he ends up in Detroit, all of a sudden you do have an opportunity to get all of those counting stats and more. So I think that has to at least be brought into the discussion. But as a favorite, it is hard to really get behind him, especially again, the comeback player of the year market to me, one of the more difficult ones to handicap early in the season. And last year was interesting because you had guys like Cousins and Burrow and Rodgers who were at the top of the market. This year, you don't have that same grouping of quarterbacks at that level that are at the top of that specific market. But I get why Hutchinson's the favorite. You're going to get a lot of coverage on him. And Dak, for everything.
And he was having such an amazing year when he went down.
He was. Yeah, and for everything that's gone on with Dak, he may not play the full season. You got to at least take into account that he's missed multiple games multiple times now.
No, certainly. I agree. But wouldn't you say, though, if I'm giving you, and again, you have to, this is what we do is better. Right? So you got to separate opinion from where you would actually put your money. If I'm giving you a free 100 Matt bucks, right? It's plus 190 on Aiden Hutchinson. It's plus 250 on Christian McCaffrey. And it's plus 350 on Dak. Of the 3 that are the shortest shots, you're probably putting it on Dak, though, right? He's a quarterback.
Yeah, of the 3 at the shortest shots, yes, I'm putting on Dak. If you gave me 100 Matt bucks, and this is where we would argue, I would put it on J.J. McCarthy at plus 850. And you feel like he's not even eligible for the award.
Well, that's the thing. So, and honestly, this is going to be a discussion everyone has all season long. So, say McCarthy does come out and shows out, right? People are going to say, but he didn't really come back because he never actually launched. And it's like, well, kinda. He played in the preseason. It is going to be a debate, though. It really will. It really will be a debate.
In my head, he is 100% eligible for this award, and because he's coming back from a major injury, and to me that is enough. Where even if you didn't get to start a game, you are coming back from a career trauma, right? To try and be able to get back there. So I understand what you're saying. I think he is 100% eligible for it.
I would like to poll a couple of voters, right? And just say, hey, is he even in consideration for you?
Let's say he's awesome. He can't win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He's not going to win Offensive Player of the Year. He's not going to win MVP. This is the award. And I think that is an edge, because if he is very good, let's say he is, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good comp to last year's rookies. If he is Drake May.
Yeah.
It feels like he should win something. And this is the one spot that he can do that. And you look down the board, it's Derek Carr is not winning this. Anthony Richardson not winning this. Tua is not winning this. So you have these guys who are actually Tua at 30-1, not terrible. So you have guys down the list that are when I'm looking at quarterbacks, which is what I'm always going to defer to in these awards markets, I'm not overly excited to play.
I can tell you this right now. We could talk about this for the last minute and 3 seconds that we have in this segment, but I would just end it with 35-1 on Deshaun Watson. If you put even 1 cent, 1 red cent on Deshaun Watson, you are not allowed to watch this program ever again.
Yeah, it's at
don't just go. We can't have you here. He has 0% chance of winning this award. He might not even play this season, but they are never, ever, ever, ever giving Deshaun Watson an award that they do not have to.
If this doesn't go to a quarterback, who gets it? If I take all the quarterbacks away.
If you told me McCaffrey played 14 of the 17 games, McCaffrey. But, that is such a leap at this point.
It is. It is a very big leap.
It's just such a leap at this point that we can't.
I think Max Crosby is at least in the conversation, 16-1.
Still have a game there in Boston. We'll update you there. We'll also look at the college scoreboard and every single thing when we come back.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Something amazing is happening here. Scientists are using AI to study how whales talk to each other. CDW experts can give.
Please stand by for a special presentation of Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
And we welcome you back to the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena here in Strongsville, Ohio. It's Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast is proud to bring you the finals of the 2024-2025 Buckeye Cup. And today, it'll be the Canton-Akron Jets out of Pool B taking on the Miami Jr Redhawks. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you along with Kayla Moulds. We get ready for the finale of this week's tournament. And it will be Canton-Akron Jets coming in with one loss on the weekend, taking on the Miami Jr Redhawks out of Oxford, Ohio, playing out of the Ohio Scholastic Hockey League. Take a look at the Miami Redhawks. They come in today 35-20-3, 216 goals for, 143 against. They are plus 73 in the scoring department. Ranked 5th by USA Hockey in the state of Ohio, 18th in all of the state of Ohio. They are coached by Zach Senn, Steve Press, Eric Ringhauser, and Richard Bohan. Miami was in action earlier in the semifinal. They would take on Team Ohio on the East Rink. That would be this morning at 9:20, and it would be Miami getting on the board at 7:05 of the first period. Ty Davey finding the back of the net. He'd get the helper from Nick Ringhauser. Team Ohio, they would get on the board in the second period. 12:53 left there as Vittore Cantini would bury one for Team Ohio. He would get the assist from Rosala. And the third period, Nick Ringhauser for Miami, getting the helper from Tristan Hamilton, increased the Miami lead. And at the 2:46 mark, it was Connor Saylor with the helper from Ringhauser that would make it 3-1 in favor of Miami. And with just 47 seconds left, Ty Davey would finish it off just the way he started. He would get the unassisted goal on the empty net, and Miami would go on to win by a score of 4-1. Canton-Akron Jets, they were in action this morning too. This is we take on the Dayton Stealth. That game on the West Rink, as we try to get this score sheet to come up. All right, we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way here because that's not coming up. So Canton-Akron coming in as the 2 seed. They would take on the number 1 Dayton Stealth, and it would be all Canton-Akron. In the first and second period is Tyler Benson. He would convert on a power play with 10:37 left in the first period. And that would give Canton-Akron the 1-0 lead. In the second period, 13:44 left. Ben Sanders would get the help from Brennan Hostler, and it would be a 2-0 lead for Canton-Akron. Followed up at 9:07 as Owen Eberhardt would get the assist for Tyson Hunka coming out of the penalty box, feeding Owen Eberhardt, and that would make it 3-0 there in the second period. And then Eberhardt on the penalty kill would pick up the shorthanded goal, making it 4-0 in favor of Canton-Akron. Third period action. It would be Dayton finally breaking the 0 there as a guy would find the back of the net on a 5-on-3 power play. And then Owens, he would bury one at 4:16 for Dayton, and that would make the score 4-2. That would make the Canton-Akron faithful a little bit nervous, but it would be Ben Sanders with just 20 seconds left that would find an empty net, and that would seal the deal for the Canton-Akron Jets. They get the 5-2 win over the number 1 seed, Dayton Stealth. Penalties in the first period going to Hickenbottom, and Vogel's gang for Dayton, Black and Benson for CAK. And in the second period, it was Benson, Hunka, Benson again, and nicely all going to the box. And in the third period, Hickenbottom, he would be dismissed from the game for a check from behind. They would call it boarding. He would be sent to the locker room. Seepy, at the same time, would be sent to the box for unsportsmanlike. And then Thompson checking from behind at 10-10. And Lucas Black would head to the box with 7:59 left in the third period. At that time, the score was 4-1 in front of Canton-Akron. Hannenberg would go for roughing with 7:33 left. Heckenbein, he was removed at 2:26 of that third period. Shots on goal, Canton-Akron with 24. Dayton with 36. Connor Mold would stop 35 out of 36. And Cameron Fott would stop 19 out of 24. Both teams making their way onto the ice as we wait for puck drop just a little under 5 minutes before that happens. Some of the other scores from around the weekend. And for each win, you got 3 points. If you had to win in overtime, you got 2 points. Of course, no points for a loss. And then 1 point for a loss in overtime. And started off Friday as Cincinnati and Miami would go at it. Redhawks, this very team here, would get the 4-3 win in overtime. Team Ohio would knock off Hilliard by a score of 3-2. Hilliard, an interesting story. They have won 2 out of the last 4 Buckeye Cups. However, this year, bowed out without a single win in the tournament. Dayton Stealth would knock off the Indian Hill Rangers 8-1 on Friday. And Canton-Akron would get the 5-0 win over the Newark Generals. Round 2 on Saturday. Round 2 and 3 occurred on Saturday, actually. As Cincinnati would take on the Indian Hill Rangers, they would get the 5-0 win. Team Ohio scored 10 as they would get the win over the Generals 10-4. The Dayton Stealth, they would knock off Miami by a score of 4-3. That was in overtime, and Dayton would lose a point on that. We thought that was going to be important, but however, with Canton-Akron winning this morning, that was of no consequence. And of course, Canton-Akron last night, on Saturday night, get the 4-1 win over Hilliard. Round 3, yesterday afternoon, Miami would shut out the Indian Hill Rangers 3-0. Newark Generals, they would get the surprising win over Hilliard. Again, Hilliard walking out of here without any wins this weekend. The Dayton Stealth, they got a 5-1 win over the Cincinnati Junior Cyclones. And Team Ohio would put the only blemish on the Canton-Akron Jets last night. They would win 5-2. Semifinals today would be Miami getting the 4-1 win over that very same Team Ohio. And Canton-Akron, with what many consider a surprising win, gets the 5-2 victory, and they move on to the finals here as they will take on the Miami Jr Redhawks. 3 previous matchups between these two clubs. And the first one would come back on November 10th as the Jets would take a 2-1 loss. And then after the new year, the Jets would pick up the 2-1 win on January 18th and the 6-2 win on January 25th. Canton-Akron 34-14-1 coming into this game. 163 goals for, 73 against, or plus 90. In the scoring department, they are coached by head coach Sean Houston. And he is assisted by John Evans and Ethan Everhart. We're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll have Canton-Akron Jets hockey here on the iMedia One Network.
Nina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. You hear it all the time. Why Youngstown State University? Here's why. Because when it comes to engineering, medicine, sports, business, and the skills you need to take your place in the world, we take a backseat to nobody. Because we're the kind of people who look out for each other. Because we care about you, your success, and our future together. We are Youngstown State University, and now you know why.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency. Who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
Back here at the Brunswick Automart Arena in Strongsville, Ohio, is Western Reserve Radio and Western Reserve Radio 2, as well as City View Sportscast, all a part of the iMedia One Network, bringing you Canton-Akron Jets hockey here, state championship game between Canton-Akron and the Miami Jr Redhawks out of Oxford, Ohio. Again, they play out of the Ohio Scholastic Hockey League. And while we're waiting for puck drop here, reminder that the Youngstown Phantoms will be back on the ice Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday down at the Cavelli Center this week. They will take on the Madison Capitals. Go to youngstownphantoms.com for game times. And, of course, as always, you can call 330-747-PUCK, 330-747-7825. Great tickets still available. And, of course, if you cannot be there, you can always listen to the action on the iMedia One Network with the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack, and engineer extraordinaire, Dave Ferris. Both teams ready to go here as Angel Nikolov on the ice today. He served a one-game suspension earlier as the Canton-Akron Jets took on Dayton. Canton-Akron will be in their white jerseys with the blue detail, light blue outlines, and navy blue pants. Miami Jr Redhawks, they will be in there all red with the white letters with the black outline and the red helmets. And it'll be Ethan Bell, Tyson Hunka, Owen Everhart, Angel Nikolov, and Brennan Hostler getting the start for Canton-Akron. Canton-Akron, the home team here today, here on the West Rink. And we are just about underway here as Miami now will win this one cleanly. They'll send it down into the zone. Nikolov and Hostler down behind the line. They'll feed this one back up. Miami, though, going to keep this one in the slot. Ethan Bell stepping in, going to redirect it against the near board. And it'll be Nikolov trying to send it around the board. Couldn't get it all the way there. Hostler will step in. Everhart will send it out to Benson, who will send it down ice. No icing coming up here, as Grayson Miller will get to it first. Miller through the defensive zone. He'll chip it out to center. Nikolov, though, tapping it off the boards, trying to set it up for Ethan Bell. And Hamilton going to step and redirect it. Craven now on the ice as well. He'll be on the far board, trying to tie that up. Ethan Bell going to reach in, though. Trying to feed someone, Tyler Benson in the slot. Couldn't connect on it. And puck loose now at center. As Ben Clayton got it into the zone. Ty Davey down there as well now behind the net. Brendan Hostler with the puck. He'll send it up to kick plate. And out to Rossi nicely. Nicely trying to get it out of the zone. But he'll be bumped off the puck by Will Press. Puck around the near side. Miami going to chip this one back down. And Ringhauser going to pass him up as well as Press. And it'll be Gage Weaver feeding it to Craven. Craven into the zone. He'll get past her. Take a shot. It's going to go off the pad of the Miami netminder. Ringhauser now through neutral zone. Working to the inside. It's going to be knocked away by Hanneberg. Hanneberg going to chip this one off the board. Feed it back up to Gage Weaver. And out to center. Mason Kolb in the net for Miami of Ohio. And the junior out of Poland Seminary High School. Connor Mold in the net to our right for the Canton-Akron Jets. We'll get a whistle. Both teams will go for a change. 15-13 left here. First period. No score here in the early going of this championship game of the 2024-2025 Buckeye Cup. Say hello to everybody back in Youngstown. I'm sure we have a Kearney Mold contingent listening in. We always do. Some of them here today, so I might have a few less listeners, but that's okay. Face-off coming to the left of Kolb. Tyson Hunka going to take this. Seepy tried to take a shot, but it's going to be redirected down into the lower left corner. Lucas Black trying to reach in there. 3 red jerseys on 2 white jerseys right now. As Seepy tried to take the sharp angle shot, but it's going to go off of a Miami player up into the neutral zone. Hanneberg going to send this one up. It's going to hit one of the lights, and we will get the whistle. 14:53 left here, first period. Canton-Akron coming in with a 70% win rate on the 2024-2025 season. 70%. Hunka taking the face off against Evan Ralph. Black down the board trying to get past Caleb Bohan. I'll try to work around Hunka. Getting out to Seepy. Seepy going to work it back around the board around the net of Kolb. He'll get that to Lucas Black. Black with the backhand. Tried to feed it to Tyson Hunka, but it's going to be redirected out to center. And Hanneberg will go D to D. And it'll be set up into the rafters as Jack Barbieri put a little bit too much on that. And we'll get the whistle with 14:28 left here as we are in the first part of the first period here. And a big anticipated matchup. Canton-Akron with the 2-1 lead in the series this year. Miami going to win this one cleanly. As Miller now going to send this one down behind the goal line. Emmerling and Campbell there for CAK. Campbell sending it up the board, trying to get it past Stashowski right there as well. But it's going to be picked up by Tristan Hamilton. Hamilton sending it into the neutral zone, trying to get it to Clayton. Emmerling going to redirect it, though, send it back down into the Redhawks defensive zone. Clayton at the red line with it, being pressured by Sanders. Hamilton, though, just going to shoot it down into the Redhawks zone. As Emmerling will pick it back up around the kick plate, and it'll try to get it to Mario Stashowski, but it got tied up between he and Gabe Todorov. Deacon Johnson on the ice now. Emmerling with the puck on the far side. He'll get the feed from Johnson. And puck will sail slowly towards Kolb. He'll put a glove on top of it. We'll get the whistle. 13:38 left in the first period. We are scoreless. The final game of the 2024-2025 Buckeye Cup. Both these teams, from what we understand, looking at a possible trip out west, like to the Pacific Ocean. Puck tied up behind the net now. It'll be Miller through the zone. He'll clear it out to center. Ringhauser in front of him. Tried to get the short 10-foot pass, but interference coming up to call. And I believe it's going to be Ethan Bell. They're going to, okay, maybe Tyler Benson. So Benson headed to the box for interference. Miami Junior Redhawks will go to the man advantage. 13:23 left here first period. They'll drop this one to the left of Connor Mold. Everhart and Ringhauser for the faceoff. Barbieri trying to keep it in. Ringhauser now trying to wrap around the net. Nobody there. He'll send it back out to the point. That'll be Will Press. And Miller from the point. He'll go D to D. He'll send this one over to Press. Press taking a shot. Going to be redirected. Hanging loose out here, and it's going to be pushed down ice. 1:30 left on the penalty to Tyler Benson. 12:50 left here first period. As Press now trying to work down the boards. Trying to work past Tyson Hunka. Hunka has been all over the ice today. As Tristan Hamilton trying to bring it down the far side. He'll have it down to the right of Connor Mold in the corner. And Press putting the puck up high. It'll be set down and cleared out of the zone. 1 minute left on the man advantage for Miami of Ohio. Miller through the zone. Looking to take a shot. It's going to go over the head of Connor Mold. And back out to the point. Reef tried to get it back down there, but it was redirected out to center. Davey now from the circle to the left of Connor Mold. He'll blocker side save that. And it'll go up into the netting. 12:04 left here first period. We'll get the whistle. 41 seconds left on the Miami power play. Still talking about Dayton here. Take an opportunity to say hi to Jerry Lute. Just got a message from him. He is down in Columbus as the Mavericks are involved in the playoffs. Austin Lute, the former Canton-Akron Jet. He graduated last year. And it's good to hear from them. As Ethan Bell now chasing it down the far board. He'll get no help there. Reef right there as well. Puck loose behind the net. And Bell trying to work to the inside. But Bryant Morton will bring it through center. Everhart putting some pressure on. He'll try to take away the path. And Hanneberg will force him around behind the net. Morton back to the top to Reef. Reef taking a shot. Pad save. Connor Saylor looking for the rebound. Couldn't get it. Canton-Akron now on the rush. Everhart going to lose the puck. And it's going to be taken by Evan Ralph. Ralph going to be knocked off of it by Tyler Benson coming out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Everhart missed the puck. It was right behind him. Everybody pointing. He'll head to the bench, and Clayton will have it. He'll push it out to Davey. Davey will try to get it down into the zone for Miami of Ohio. Barbieri, backward pass to Gage Weaver. Weaver working across lanes. Try to feed it to Craven, but it'll be pressed. It intercepts it. And Weaver with the back check now loose. Craven going to get to it as well. Down ice. He'll clear it into the zone. And no icing coming up there. Just made it across. And Austin Schmitz with the puck trying to work from behind, trying to get it out to Davey. Max Campbell going to redirect it back into the Jet zone. Redhawks trying to get out of there. Picked up by Gage Weaver. Weaver taking it down into the near left corner. He'll work behind the goal line. Looking for somebody in the front. Craven too high, though. Puck against the near board. And it's going to be Emerling taking a shot. It's going to be redirected, and it's going to be Davey through center. He'll feed it to Press into the zone. Three white jerseys in front of him. As Press now trying to work it across, and it'll head out to center ice. Miami will have to vacate, and Parker will send this one back around. Max Campbell now for CAK trying to clear it, but it's going to go off the stick high in the air. And it's going to be Gavin Emerling. Emerling through center. Down the far board. He'll chip it into the zone. Some contact in the near left corner. And Tied up here as we make it through center ice. Parker now down the far board. He'll be content just to chip this one behind the goal line, and he'll go for a change as well. 7:40 left here, first period. Press stepping in there. Excuse me. That's going to be Ralph in there. Had an opportunity. But now Hunka trying to work it through center ice. Gets past Davey. Works to the inside. And couldn't get the shot off. And we're going to get a whistle. And we're going to have a hooking call coming up. But it was on the backside of the play. Who's this one going to be against? And it's going to be Grayson Miller. So Canton-Akron will go to the first power play of the day for them, or at least of this game, as Ben Sanders now will take the face-off to the left of Kolb. Puck down behind the net as Miami tries to clear it. Lucas Black stepping in. He'll keep it in. Trying to set up the power play, but Miami with the pressure, and they'll clear it all the way down to the other end. Owen Everhart, cross ice, looking for Black. Black was cutting in, and Ty Davey will have it. He'll feed it into the slot, but Everhart will get there before anybody. And now he'll bring it through center ice. Drop it for Lucas Black. Black, cross ice, was looking for Tyson Hunka. Couldn't reach out far enough to grab it. Jack Barbieri there was on the far wall. Everhart at the point now. He'll drop it down in the circle. Tried to get it to Hunka, but it's going to be cleared down ice by Bryant Morton. Mold feeding Black out at the blue line. And he'll drop this one for Everhart. Everhart on the near board. He'll pass up Sanders. Puck behind the net now. It's Everhart trying to get past Ty Davey. Excuse me, that'll be Morton that he's battling with. Hunka back out to the point. There's Sanders going D to D to Lucas Black. Black taking a shot wide left of the cage. Hunka now in the circle from the left of Kolb. And a redirect for Barbieri. He couldn't get to it. 8:04 left here in the first period. Black, D to D with 35 seconds left on the CAK man advantage. Try to get the redirect. Barbieri with a second chance at that. And Black, he'll send it to the other side to Sanders. Then down low into the circle. Barbieri, feed it into the slot. But it's going to be redirected out to Lucas Black. Black taking a shot. It's going to go wide left. Into the slot. Everhart had a chance for a rebound. Couldn't get it. It'll go up to the net, and the clock will stop with 7:38 left here in the first period. 13 seconds left on the penalty to Grayson Miller. Further information here. Good news here. The Columbus Mavericks beat the Battle Creek Colonels, and they'll be moving on to Toledo next week. So the former Canton-Akron Jet doing great things down in the capital city. 13 seconds left. Craven nicely. Hostler and Nikolov will be out for the next 13 seconds. They'll try to hold Miami on the penalty kill. Or excuse me, on the power play. Hostler taking a shot. It's going to bounce over the shoulder. And Kolb stopped it. And it's going to head back out and down ice. And Miami will clear this penalty. 7:23 left first period. We're back to 5-on-5. Up ice. Hamilton intercepted it. Had an opportunity for a pass. Going to feed it inside. Tried to get it to Saylor, but couldn't connect Craven with the back pass. And he's going to get it to Rossi nicely. Working past the boards. And he's going to be pushed up. He'll take the shot. And it's going to go over the shoulder of Cobb. Out to the point. Nikolov trying to take a shot, but he couldn't get through traffic. Hamilton now through center ice. Tried to go right down Broadway, but Gage Weaver going to get to him, and it's going to be an offside call coming up against the Miami Junior Redhawks. 6:50 left here, first period. We are scoreless in this championship game. Both teams will go for a change, and we'll drop this one just outside the Jets' defensive zone to our near side. CP, Hunka, Emmerling, and Max Campbell out for Canton-Akron. Puck along the board there. He'll make it past Black. Out to Reef. Reef taking a shot, but it's going to go off the boot of Hunka. Puck loose now. Press. Feeding it over to Davey. Davey working to the inside. He'll get knocked off the puck. Press had an opportunity for a rebound. Couldn't get to another shot in the slot, but cleared by Lucas Black. Still in front of Connor Mold. And he's going to be rolled over. And the puck's going to go in after the battle. It'll roll in somehow. 6:24 left here, first period. Miami of Ohio. They take a 1-0 lead over the Canton-Akron Jets. Chaos in front of the net, and the puck slid in. Trying to see who they're going to credit with that. Maybe Bryant Morton. Fort Miami of Ohio. Evan Ralph to take the face-off at center. He'll take this one against Hunka. Carson Smith going to chip this one down, have her redirected, and it'll be Evan Ralph now trying to get back down to Parker, but CP will get the turnover, and Canton-Akron will send us all the way down behind the goal line, and that will be icing coming up against the Jets. 6:04 left here, first period. Jets trail by a score of 1-0. Face-off coming to the right of Connor Mold. Hunka in there for CAK. Puck loose in the slot, but it'll be swept away by Hannenberg. Hannenberg all the way around the boards and redirected by Smith back down. Parker and Hannenberg battling for him. We're going to get a penalty tripping coming up against the Miami Jr Redhawks, and the Canton-Akron Jets will go back to the power play. They're 0 for 1 so far. Dylan Parker will go for 2 minutes. We'll flip sides of the ice. They'll drop this one to the right of Mason Cobb. 5:52 left here, first period. Jets trail by a score of 1-0. Sanders taking the face-off. He'll take this one against Ringhauser. Hunka going to lose his twig, but he'll recover and back out to the point. Everhart feed it down to Tyson Hunka. Hunka from the left of Cobb takes a shot. And it'll go wide of the cage. Black. Again, back to Cobb. Hunka working to the inside. Tried to move it into the slot, but covered up by Mason Cobb. 5:33 left here, first period. 1:41 left on the man advantage for Canton-Akron. And we'll have the face-off to the left of Mason Cobb. It'll be Sanders. Sanders in press. Hunka back out to the point to Everhart. Everhart walking the blue line, drop it back down to Hunka. Tyson Hunka will feed it over to Ben Sanders. Couldn't get it there all the way. Sanders, though, bringing it back from behind the net. Trying to look for an option up top. He has Lucas Black at the point. He'll get it to him. Black going D to D. Everhart taking the shot. Going to go off the boot of Press and into the boards. Press attempted to clear it. Couldn't get it out, but Ringhauser will get it out. He'll clear it with 1:11 left on the Canton-Akron power play. Sanders, though, right back out and into the zone. Tyson Hunka from the near side. Has Barbieri in the slot. He'll work it around, but he'll be pressed by Morton. Everhart from the far point into the inside. Takes a shot, and it's going to go in! Ben Sanders on the redirect gives the Jets the goal, and it's 1-1. We're all tied up with 4:45 left in the first period. 1 for 2 on the power play is CAK. Ben Sanders with a goal earlier. So Craven, Rossi nicely, and Gage Weaver back out. Nikolov and Hostler defensively. Puck hanging out at center. Smith tried to get it. It'll be Parker that will get to it first, though. Hostler taking away the path there, trying to feed it. Going to go off of Hostler. And Craven trying to get it cleared out of the zone. And it'll be chased down by Reef. Icing coming up against Canton-Akron. 4:29 left here, first period. Angel Nikolov on the ice. Again, he served a 1-game suspension earlier. Fortunately, not the last game of the weekend for him last night, as they'll give him one more opportunity. Will Press in the circle to the right, taking the face-off for Miami of Ohio. Craven apparently forgot he was still playing, and he'll make his way back to the circle. So Will Craven will press for the face-off. Trying to clear it out to center. Go off the stick of Craven. Stay inside. Saylor trying to take a shot, but covered up. Glove down on by Connor Mold. 4:17 left here, first period. And the Jets will make a defensive change, as it'll be Barbieri and, that'll be Emmerling and Max Campbell will press Will Craven in the circle to the left of Connor Mold. Puck fed into the slot and locked away by Connor Mold. Press had a shot about 4 feet away, and he'll take a shot from the point. Going to go wide right this time. Craven into the boards. He'll loosen it up. And puck going to the far side. Max Campbell and one nearest to it, and he'll collide with Ringhauser. Campbell will get the better of that. However, it's going to be icing coming up against Canton-Akron. 3:53 left here in the first frame. All knotted up at 1. Goals coming from Bryant Morton for Miami of Ohio. And Ben Sanders on the second one. Ethan Bell working his way into the zone, but will have it ripped away from Ty Davey. We'll feed this over to Tristan Hamilton. Hamilton into the zone. He'll get it back to Davey. But Everhart going to step in, and it's going to be another shot by Clayton, but it's going to go wide right of the cage. Davey sending the puck back down into the corner. He'll get that to Schmitz. Barbieri and Schmitz will go down in the corner. No call. Excuse me, that'll be Hamilton that went down. Todorov now keeping it into the zone for Miami of Ohio. However, Canton-Akron with the puck now in the zone, and long pass as Miller will feed this one to Ty Davey. Davey through the neutral zone, right down Broadway, trying to get a shot off. Too many people in his way. Got a half-hearted shot off and be knocked away by Connor Mold. Canton-Akron now with some speed. Everhart working to the inside, has Bell to his left. He'll go down. Lost his feet there. Ty Davey tries to clear it out of the zone. And then it'll be Morton. Morton down the far board. Barbieri in his way. He'll take the shot, but it's going to be an easy pad save for Connor Mold. Barbieri trying to clear it by Parker for Miami, getting in there to keep it in. Deacon Johnson now on his back. And Ben Sanders trying to clear it past Parker. Couldn't get it past him. He'll try again. And it'll be fed over to the other side. It'll be Smith around the boards. And it'll trickle over to Connor Mold to his right. He'll cover it up, and the clock will stop at 2:22 left here first frame. All tied up at 1. Face-off will come to the right of Connor Mold. And Sanders will press for the draw. Osler working around from the back of the net, out to Deacon Johnson. Johnson trying to redirect it to Stashowski. Stashowski couldn't handle it. Reef will pick it up at the red line. Morton send it down to the near right corner. And it'll be Nikolov and Ringhauser chasing it down. Nikolov will reach in there with a 6'5" frame, but he'll lose the puck. And it'll be Hostler that'll try to clear it out of the zone. He'll get it out to center ice. Stashowski chasing it down. He's going to race Reef. Gets the shot, but it's going to be half-hearted and wide right. Back out to the top. And Hooka taking a shot. And it's going to be a pad save by Mason Cobb. Ringhauser now from the near board. Tried to clear Stashowski, tried to keep it in. Nikolov now to the far side. He'll get it out to Tyson Hunka. Hunka trying to work to the inside. He'll lose the puck. Turnover, but he'll stick with it. He'll keep it behind the goal line, and Ringhauser now from the near boards will send it across, but it's going to be intercepted by Connor Seepy. Seepy with a beautiful goal earlier against Dayton. As Morton tries to send it across ice to Ringhauser. He'll have Angel Nikolov in front of him. He'll shoot it. It'll somehow get past Nikolov and into the glove of Connor Mold. 1:12 left here, first period. All tied up at 1. Face-off to come to the left of the CAK netminder. Tristan Hamilton to take the face-off for Miami of Ohio, as well as Hunka. Puck through the neutral zone, and down there is Connor Seepy going to chase it. No icing. Well, they're also going to say icing. Okay. So they'll flip it back around. 1:03 on the clock here in the first period. Fast-paced here so far. Tristan Hamilton taking the draw again for Miami of Ohio. Tyson Hunka as well for CAK. Clayton trying to pick it up, but Seepy will take it from him. He'll get across ice to Lucas Black. And Black going to go down, lose a stick. Blew a tire as Hamilton now will come down through center ice. Tried to get it over to Morton. Couldn't connect. Clayton, though, will pick it up on the near side. Clayton from the circle. He'll drop it back to Bohan. Bohan couldn't handle it, and it's going to be a 2-1 if they hurry. Hunka and Everhart with the feed. Shot, and it's going to be a wide right of the cage. Puck on the far side now as Hunka will take a bump. Puck loose, and it's going to be covered up by Cobb. Black had a chance for a redirect, didn't get there fast enough with 28.5 seconds left in the first period. Connor Seepy we'll say jacked up. He's excited. He's had a good game. Had a goal earlier against Dayton. And Craven now will take the face-off against Will Press. Little Will on Will crime here. As Hannaberg now chipping it back from center ice. Back around the boards. Be Ringhauser from behind the net. Ringhauser up to ice. It'll head out to center. And Hannaberg will just chip it down. Try to get it to Rossi nicely. Nicely going to chip it into the zone. Craven and Weaver going to race Ringhauser down to the puck. And they're going to tie it up behind the net. Going to be loose. Going to the far side. Miller chipping it forward. Rossi nicely there trying to pull it in. But it's going to be sent out, and the CAK will have to vacate the zone. But before they do that, we'll come to the end of the first period. After one, the Canton-Akron Jets and the Miami Junior Redhawks all tied up at one. We're going to step aside for a timeout. You're listening to Canton-Akron Jets hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
To the stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
A fun-filled first period here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena in Strongsville, Ohio. We'll flip sides here as Mason Cobb will go to the net to our right. Connor Mold to our left. And we are all tied up at one. As Miami of Ohio, they would get on the board first. Courtesy of Bryant Morton. And then Ben Sanders finding the back of the net for Canton-Akron. Shots on goal, 10 for the Redhawks, 7 for Canton-Akron. As Everhart will take the face-off against Press. They'll send it back. It'll drift into the Jets' defensive zone. Hostler trying to move it along the board. He'll get out to Ethan Bell. Bell setting it up for Everhart. Everhart to the far side. Getting into Tyler Benson. Benson working to the inside. He'll be knocked off the puck by Miller. Trying to feed it back to the slot. Nobody there, though. Ringhauser waiting for it. But Nikolov taking a shot and a laser. Stopped by Cobb. And that's what you miss when you don't have an Angel Nikolov. Is that distance shot. We'll drop it to the right of the Red Hawk netminder. 16:41 left here in the second period. If you're just joining us, we're all tied up at one. Everhart against Press for the draw. Down into the corner. Miller will pick this one up behind the net. He'll send it around the board. Try to get it to Saylor. Saylor looking for an option. He'll get it across ice. Try to get it to Press. But the pass behind him. Ringhauser, they're going to back him up. And Everhart, though, easily going to take this as he'll bank it off the board. Nearly took off Ethan Bell's head. Little friendly fire there. Bell ducking on that one. 16:22 left. And we'll have a line change. Craven, Weaver, and Nicely. Defensively, it's going to be Hannaberg. Craven will take the face off. He'll take this one and keep it on the boards as they'll chase it down into the Jets' offensive zone. Reef has it, backhands it up to Morton. Morton looking to clear. Craven stepping in, try to keep it in the zone, but it'll drift out to center. Hannaberg going to feed it back out to Weaver. Weaver around the boards. He'll try to get it to Craven. Craven stepping in there. He and Morton going to collide, but the puck going to go high. Morton will get it, and he'll try to send it back out. Barbieri, though, was able to pick it up and got a shot off, but it was shorthanded by Evan Ralph. And Rossi nicely through the zone. He'll take the shot. Pad save. Cobb will scoop it up and cover it. And Rossi nicely taking a nosedive. Took a little push from Evan Ralph from behind, but looked like he was having fun doing it. 15:43 left here, second period. All tied up at one championship game for the Buckeye Cup. Black. He'll take the face-off against Hamilton. Down into the corner. As Bohan try to send it back out. CP putting on some pressure, trying to get through the zone. Ty Davey now with the puck. He'll have to chip it down there. Emmerling will be the only one close enough to it. Ben Clayton as well now for Miami of Ohio. Puck loose at the top. They'll take a shot from the far board. And Tyson Honka trying to get past Schmitz, working to the inside. He'll have the puck knocked away by Bohan. And the puck will be tied up down in the corner. Honka trying to feed it to Lucas Black, but couldn't get past Bohan. Clayton now off the boards. Tried to get it to Ty Davey. That'll be Gavin Emmerling from behind the goal line, behind Connor Mold, chipping it out to center. Miller now sending it forward to Press. Press tried to shift it down into the zone. Initially got some resistance from a CAK player, but then redirected it to the far side. Puck now all the way down. Icing coming up against Canton-Akron. 14:43 left here, second period. One goal apiece for each here. Stashowski, Johnson, and Ben Sanders out for Canton-Akron. He'll take the face-off against Press to the right of Connor Mold. Stashowski trying to get it out of the zone. Presto pushing it back in. Saylor had the puck, and now he's tied up on the boards. Stashowski going to step in there, use his leverage, and get under him. Press now with the puck. Hostler, though, going to shift it all the way around. Nikolov trying to get it out to Sanders. Went off Sanders' stick, and it'll head right to the Redhawks netminder. And we'll get a whistle. 14:10 left your second period. And I think the Cobb actually wanted to keep that in play, but waited too long. The official blew the whistle, so Everhart and Will Press to the right of Cobb. Back out to the blue line. And it'll be chipped all the way down into the near right corner by Hanneberg. Everhart trying to feed it to Benson. Hanneberg looking for the rebound, but fanned on the shot there. Puck loses. Everhart trying to keep it to the inside. Takes a shot high over the head of Cobb and into the netting. Clock will stop with 13:59 left here in the second frame. Offensive zone draw for Canton-Akron coming to the right of Mason Cobb. Everhart and Tristan Hamilton. Everhart sending it into the corner. Canton-Akron will win it, but they'll tie it up in the corner. Everhart trying to reach in, get it back, but it'll be Hamilton that'll come up with it. He'll feed it across ice to Ty Davey. Davey taking the shot. It's going to be a glove save by the Jets netminder. Roberts family making a trip from Youngstown, Ohio. Part of the Youngstown Phantoms group coming to see the game today. Draw it to the right. Connor Mold. Benson, Everhart, and Bell back out. Puck slid right across the face of Connor Mold down in the near left corner. And it'll be loose as Morton. Now we'll try to set it up. Everhart going to redirect it. We're going to get a whistle, and it's going to be a high stick. Say hi to Abe and Maddie listening in New Jersey. We are nationwide now. And from what I hear, that could continue at the end of the month. We'll talk about that later. Craven taking the face off. He'll take this one against Tristan Hamilton to the right of Cobb. He'll try to keep it in. Rossi nicely attempted the shot, but too much traffic. Rossi nicely with the redirect. Weaver to the near side now. He's got Campbell out at the point. They'll bank it out the board to him. He'll take the shot. And another glove save by Mason Cobb. Netminders, if you watched them play and they weren't wearing uniforms, you would think they were the same person. The mechanics are impressive. They have both played well here. 13-19 left in the second period. As Craven and Evan Ralph now will take this one to the left of Cobb. Puck around the kick plate now. They'll send it right back as Craven will try to track it down. He's got nicely in front of him. Nicely from the circle. Back out top. Campbell taking a shot. Almost went right over the left pad of Cobb, but he was able to redirect it. Parker now sending it around the back of the net. Miller will pick it up. Miller for Miami trying to get out of the zone. And he'll make it out to center ice. Parker, though, couldn't hold on to it. And it'll be a collision on the near boards with Max Campbell. That's never a good thing. As Craven now on the near board, or on the far board, will chip it down. And we're going to get a whistle. I don't understand what the whistle's for. It wasn't an offside. He'd gotten it out of the zone, not in. And Canton-Akron and Miami of Ohio will both go for a change. I keep saying Miami of Ohio. It's Miami Jr Redhawks, but it's Miami of Ohio, right? Right. It's not Miami of Florida. We know that.
Right. I think we got a whistle because
Caitlin thinks the official had a heart attack moment and blew the whistle. Center ice now as Honka will push this past Will Press, and we're going to have bodies go down, tripping over each other. Lucas Black now bringing it around the net of Connor Mold. He'll try to get it out of the zone. CP working out the center. And Canton-Akron, Nikolov working to the inside. Takes a sharp angle shot, pad save. Black trying to recover it, but it's going to go high now. Hostler will keep it in the zone. And we're going to get a hand pass call against Hostler. Actually, good play by Brennan Hostler, but we'll drop this one just outside of the Jets' defensive zone now. Oh, actually, we're going to flip it back over. We'll be just outside the offensive zone. Hamilton and Honka for the faceoff. They'll send this one back as Lucas Black tried to chase it down. Reef had it. And then Honka with the backhand will send it down into the corner behind the net of Cobb. Connor Seepy on top of him. Ty Davey now trying to backhand. He'll clear it out to center. Barbieri there. He'll return the favor. Reef now from behind the net. Trying to get hit. And then Lucas Black laying a hit. Good Lord. On Otto Reef. And to Reef's credit, he got up. And Cobb going to run for the bench. Miami, Ohio went for the extra attacker, but and roughing coming up against Lucas Black. He'll head to the box. 11:40 left here, second period. We're all tied up at one here. Lucas Black, all gas, no break. Lucas Black, the defensive safety for the West Branch Warriors, and now you see why. Okay, 2 minutes up on the board here, so it's nothing more serious than that. As Canton-Akron trying to get Honka with some stick work, shoots, and a beautiful glove save. Cobb stole it from him. Looking for the shorthanded goal. Beautiful work by Tyson Honka, but an even better stop by Mason Cobb. Honka to take the face-off now against Tristan Hamilton. Ringhauser will win this one. He'll send it behind the goal line. Send it to Press. Press going to set it up. With 1:45 left on the penalty to Lucas Black. Miller under pressure. Ethan Bell sending him back. Puck loose there. Honka hesitated. Couldn't decide whether he should go for it, but he'll stay back. As Press now on the blue line, trying to keep it in. Press walking the blue line. He'll send it down into the circle to the right of Connor Mole, but it's going to be redirected down behind the goal line. Hanneberg stepping in there to loosen up the puck. And they're going to battle for it right near the blue line here inside the Miami offensive zone, and a shot on goal. And another glove save by Connor Mold. 1:11 left on the penalty to Lucas Black. 10:51 left here in the second period. Both these netminders putting on a clinic. Face off to the right of Connor Mold. Everhart on the ice now for Canton-Akron. Miller from the far side, dropping down in the circle to Davey. Davey going to backhand it around the kick plate. Try to get out to Tristan Hamilton. Back to the blue line. Press from the point. Setting it back down to the circle to the near side. It'll be to the right of Mold. Hamilton trying to look for a lane, but he'll have to drop this one behind goal line. He'll go across the face. Davey try to swing around and take the shot. But Hamilton with the puck now back out to the blue line. Press. Working to the inside. Pass Everhart. He'll go cross ice. Davey feeding it back over to Miller. Miller from the far side. At the blue line. Pressed by Everhart. He'll just drop this one to Davey. Davey going to take the sharp angle shot. And Ringhauser tried for the redirect, but it's a no-go. And Canton-Akron will clear it with 15 seconds left on the penalty to Lucas Black. Hunka on the ice now as Everhart will need a break. Press down the near board, working to the inside. He'll get the back check from Ethan Bell. Ringhauser stepping in. Puck loose in front of her. It's going to be swept away. Puck loose over in the far corner. Ethan Bell now being tied up by Connor Saylor. Puck loose. Hunka reaching in to grab it. And he'll be bringing up the near board. He'll get out to Lucas Black. Black just getting out of the box. He and Press going to race for it. They'll go cross ice. And Miami will maintain possession. They'll get it out to Hamilton at the red line. Hamilton drop passing it to Saylor. Saylor now going to get it into the zone. Didn't think across mid-ice, but okay. 9:01 left, second period. And the puck will sail all the way down to go for icing. Pass Bohan. Icing coming up against Canton-Akron. We'll flip the sides. Bring it right to left. With 8:54 left here in the second period. Face off to the right of Connor Mold. Sanders will take this one against Ralph. Puck loose there. Sanders thought he had it. Stashowski now trying to clear it. And he's going to get it out to Deacon Johnson, but Parker was able to grab it and try to send him down. But Sanders now bringing it up the far side. Excuse me, it's going to be Gavin Emmerling. Emmerling chipping it back into the Jets offensive zone, but possession retained by Miami. Sanders to the far side. Canton-Akron trying to work into the zone. But Carson Smith, the closest one to it for Miami. Sanders working to the inside. Couldn't get to it. Parker now clearing it out to center. Max Campbell chasing it down there. He's going to race Evan Ralph for it. And it's going to be shot up into the netting by Max Campbell. And the clock will stop with 8:09 left here in the second period. All tied up at 1. Weaver, Craven, and Nicely back on the ice for Canton-Akron. Osler and Nikolov will be the defenseman. They'll drop it just outside the Jets' defensive zone. It'll be Hamilton and Craven for the draw. Craven going to try. Almost won this one. Davey had it. No possession now. And now Miami Ohio have it. Todorov will send it to the far side. Miller. Cross mid-ice. He'll send it down into the corner past Nikolov. Osler getting into the corner here, trying to find an option. He'll send it out. Got Nicely in front of him. Ian Hamilton battling against the boards, and it'll sail behind the net of Connor Mold. And Gage Weaver trying to feed Nicely out there, but it's going to jump over a stick there. Todorov going to go D to D. Miller for Miami of Ohio. Hamilton had it, but Hostler banked this off the board. Ty Davey had it. Craven will reach out and make sure he doesn't have a path to go anywhere. Miller back to Todorov. They'll send it out to center ice. And again, Hostler will reset. And we're going to clear all the penalties. We're back to 5-on-5. Hamilton with an elbow to Weaver. He'll send him down. And Angel Nikolov, Jets captain now, trying to get it out to Craven on the board. Too much on it. It'll pass him up on the board. Todorov chipping it back down into the zone. And Redhawks will go for a change. Nikolov, cross ice, trying to feed Craven, but it's actually going to go off of the boot of Press and head down ice. And they're going to say icing coming up against Canton-Akron. We'll bring it back. 6:53 left here in the second period. Tied up at 1. We'll have the face-off to the left of Connor Mold. Everhart and Nick Ringhauser. Oh, excuse me, that'll be Will Press taking the face-off. Ringhauser taking a shot. Stopped by Mold. He'll keep it in play. Schmitz now trying to send it down to Saylor, but picked up by Benson. Benson taking the shot, and another glove save by Mason Cobb. 6:39 left here, second period. All tied up at 1. You can watch the anticipation on the faces of the players on the benches. Every time that shot is Preston Everhart for the draw. He'll get back out to Barbieri. Barbieri couldn't keep it in the zone. He'll send it all the way down into the corner and into the netting. So a little bit too much on that for Jack Barbieri. And we'll have to do it again just outside the Jets' offensive zone. Everhart and will press to the near side. 6:31 left here. Everhart going to bang this one right down into the corner. As Reef now will send this up into the netting. We'll get another whistle. Only 5 seconds off the clock. Preston Everhart again to the right of Cobb. Send it out to the point. And Hannenberg couldn't keep it in. But he'll chip it down. CAK will have to vacate. And Morton will send this one across ice out to center. And Hannenberg will send it to Morton. Tried to palm it down, but Everhart got to it first. And he'll a back check from Press. Puck loose now, no possession. And Bell tried to keep it in there, and they're going to say no, he was offside. Good effort by everybody on that play. 6:02 left here. Second period. Jets 1, Redhawks 1. Lucas Black, Tyson Hunka, Connor Seepy on the ice. Gavin Emmerling, Max Campbell defensively. Route for the draw against Hunka. Hunka will push it into the zone, but Schmitz will kick it back out to center. Campbell, though, will send it back behind the goal line behind Mason Cobb. Puck loose, Black trying to reach in. He'll send it back behind the goal line as well. Tyson Hunka right there, trying to get the puck from Caleb Bohan. Send it out. Max Campbell taking a shot, going to go wide left, though. Emmerling going to return the favor, take the shot, looking for the redirect. And it's going to be saved by Mason Cobb. Cobb getting peppered here in the last few seconds. Great look for the Canton-Akron Jets. Can't convert on it. With 5:36 left here in the second period. Redhawks will go for a wholesale change. Black and Hamilton for the draw to the right of Cobb in the Jets' offensive zone. Puck loose. Hunker going to take a shot, but it's going to go off the boot of Davey. And Emmerling will be able to keep it in, but Clayton will send this one back to Miller. Miller out to Todorov. And Todorov going to bank this one off the board out to Hunka. Hunka going to return the favor and send it back around the net. Mason Cobb. Miller going to reach out forward. He's got Seepy in front of him. Seepy going to take the lane away. And going to keep it in the zone for the Jets. But Ty Davey now with some room to work. He'll get out of the zone through center and down into the Red Hawk zone. Puck all the way around the far side to Black. Black going to drop it for Hunka. Hunka trying to work around Miller. And he's going to drop. Seepy almost had a chance on a shot from the slot, but couldn't handle the pass. Miller to the far side. It'll go off the stick of Lucas Black and sail out to mid-ice. Max Campbell going to send it all the way back down. He'll let Hunka go chase it along with Lucas Black. Back out to the point, and it'll just escape outside of the zone. Try to flip it back in, but Ben Clayton there for Miami of Ohio. Ty Davey down now the near board. Working past Campbell. He'll chip the puck behind Connor Mold. And he'll be down in the corner and have it returned. Down ice here. It'll be Todorov. Sending it over to Ringhauser. Ringhauser with the quick pass. Down behind the goal line. Gavin Emmerling there for Canton-Akron. Emmerling around the boards trying to get it to Deacon Johnson. He tried to palm it down, but it'll just head out to center ice. And it'll be Morton. Banking it off the boards. Getting it out to Saylor. Saylor taking a shot. Blind shot as he spun around. And the puck laying on the boards on the far side. Ben Sanders will come in. He'll get it out to Morton, though. Morton from the blue line, chipping it back down behind the goal line to Ringhauser. However, Gavin Emmerling right there. He'll knock him off the puck. Puck loose. And we have a stick on the ice. They'll try to work around that. And Canton-Akron now getting out. Sanders getting out to Hunka. Miller taking a shot. Excuse me, that'll be Saylor taking the shot. And the puck will head up into the netting behind the net of Connor Mold. 3:32 left here. Second period. Jets and Redhawks all tied up at 1. Canton-Akron will go for the change. Osler will make his way to the ice, as well as Mario Stashowski. Ben Sanders on the ice as well. Sanders taking the face-off against press to the left of Connor Mold. As Ringhauser got a little happy there, got in the circle before the puck dropped. They'll send him back, and we're going to get another whistle. The referee tell him, get out. Actually, they're going to kick Press out and replace him with Nick Ringhauser. Ian Sanders for the draw now to the left of Mold. Nikolov forcing his way through. He'll get out to Deacon Johnson. Johnson down in the zone past Morton. Puck loose against the board. Press looking for an option. Going to go off of the stick of Mario Stashowski and sail down ice. Brennan Hostler will get to it. He'll bank it off the boards looking for Gage Weaver near the center. And it'll be Morton that will chase it down behind the goal line. It's going to be icing coming up against Canton-Akron. 3:10 left here in the second period. 1-1 is your score. Canton-Akron going for the change. Nicely. Craven and Weaver. Hostler will remain as a defenseman. Drop to the right of Mold. Puck will sail around the far side as Weaver looks for an option. He'll get out to Craven. Craven, 3 red jerseys around here, so he'll just chip it down into the zone and right behind the net of Mason Cobb. From the near side now, Weaver trying to keep it in, but Hostler will have to bang it back in. CAK will have to vacate. And Schmitz now on the far side. Craven trying to keep it in there. Went off the stick, and he'll wait for some help as Gage Weaver will go from behind the net. Craven waiting in the high slot. He'll drop it to Nicely. Nicely tied up against the board by Smith and Caleb Bohan. Hostler now trying to keep it in the zone. It'll sail out. And they'll have tried to send it over to Nikolov, but it'll head all the way down ice. Parker and Nikolov racing for it. He'll get it back out to Gage Weaver. Nikolov now with some speed. Tried to drop it to Weaver, but mistimed that. Also trying to work the puck out the center. He'll get it to Gage Weaver. Weaver all the way across ice to Nicely. Nicely chipping it down into the zone. Going to go off the pad of the Red Hawk net keeper. Clayton through center. He'll get it to Hamilton. Hamilton couldn't handle it. And Hanneberg stepping in, trying to smack it out from in front of him. And now CAK with the puck. They'll work around Ben Clayton. And it'll be Benson that'll lose the puck. It'll be redirected back behind the blue line here. Hamilton trying to backward pass. Didn't work. And Everhart now with the puck. He'll shoot it down into the zone, went wide left of the cage. Tyler Benson pushing Davey up against the board. Puck loose. And it'll head out to center ice. Hanneberg will chase this one down to the other end of the rink with 1:21 left in the second period. Tyler Benson from center, trying to set it up for Everhart, but it's going to be Will Press with the puck, 2-on-2. As Press works to the outside, Tyler Benson, they'll take it away the lane. They'll get it over to Miller. Miller from the near side into the zone for the Red Hawks. He'll lose the puck. Ethan Bell will knock him off. Puck tied up against the near board. It'll be Ethan Bell. And Will Press battling for it. He'll settle around the kick plate. Ringhauser there. But it's going to be Jack Barbieri. They're going to bounce it off the board. And Todorov now will reset this from the red line. And it's going to be sent all the way back to Barbieri. Barbieri pushing it forward. He'll get this to Tyler Benson. Benson took a baseball swing to send that puck all the way down. Miller, though, sending it around the kick plate. Lucas Black there. Black. Feed to the inside. And it's going to be kept in by Connor Seepy coming off the bench. Timing's everything. And Barbieri going to keep it from the point. Takes the shot. Looking for the redirect, but it's going to go in the far right corner. Ringhauser trying to set it up, but he'll be trapped by Lucas Black. Seepy with the shot, and it's going to go off of Miller. And Press has it now. He'll bring it through center. 3-on-2. Shot, stick save by Connor Mold. It'll go to the near board, and Will Press will send us around the kick plate. He'll get it out to Nick Ringhauser, and that will bring us to the end of the second period. Here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena in Strongsville, you are listening to the 2024-2025 Buckeye Cup here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. We'll be back on the other side of this break.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. and Tori Kruger were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world.
You hear it all the time. Why Youngstown State University? Here's why. Because when it comes to engineering, medicine, sports, business, and the skills you need to take your place in the world, we take a backseat to nobody. Because we're the kind of people who look out for each other. Because we care about you, your success, and our future together. We are Youngstown State University, and now you know why. Nina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
So, are you enjoying our station? Well, now you can take us along on your mobile device wherever you go.
Wow!
The free Live 365 app is available for both Apple and Android devices.
That sounds like fun. I'll give it a try.
Just go to the Apple app or Google Play Store and download it today.
You're listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
Ice cut time here between the second and third period here at the Brunswick Automart Arena in Strongsville, where the Canton-Akron Jets and the Miami Jr Redhawks, they go into the intermission tied at 1. And things look like this here so far. It would be Nick Ringhauser getting the Miami Jr Redhawks on the board with 6:24 left in the first period. And we give the Redhawks a 1-0 lead. And at 4:45 left, it'd be Jack Barbieri converting on the power play with the helper from Owen Everhart that would tie this one up at 1, and that would be the end of the scoring, as this one's been tight through 2. Penalties assessed to Tyler Benson at 13:23 of the first period for interference. It would be Miller for Miami for hooking for 2 minutes. Miami will go back to the box again as Parker. He will get 2 minutes for tripping, that coming with 5:52 left in the second period. And Lucas Black would head to the box for roughing, that coming with 11:40 left in the second period. Third period action coming up here as well. Want to remind you, the Youngstown Phantoms are back on the ice Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. Plenty of great seats still available. Call 330-747-PUCK, 747-7825. Phantoms take on the Madison Capitals in a 3-game series. Go to youngstownphantoms.com for game times. And a long way to go for the Phantoms as they now hold the second spot in the East of the USHL. We'll step aside for one more timeout when we come back. Third period action here from the Brunswick Automart Arena in Strongsville. You're listening to Canton-Akron Jets hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Team Marzo with Next Home Go 30 Realty can help. As a premier real estate team in the Mahoning Valley, we bring a unique and progressive approach to real estate using top listing technology, unique signage, and best practices in mobile and online marketing. Our customer-centric approach combines the best of technology with years of marketing expertise to provide an exceptional buying or selling experience. Call us today at 330-503-2250 so you can move with Marzo.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast.
Back here at the Brunswick Automart Arena in Strongsville as we get ready for the third period of this championship game. We are all tied up at 1. Scores coming early as Nick Ringhauser would bury one for the Miami Jr Redhawks with 6:24 left in the first period. Then Jack Barbieri would convert on the power play with the assist from Everhart to make this a 1-1 game. Penalties to a minimum relative to what we've seen all weekend long. Caitlin has only used a half a sheet of paper here. So, and if you move that up, it'll be half. It's an impressive performance by you, the team, everybody. Shots on goal. Canton-Akron with 19 and the Redhawks with 17. Connor Mold now in the net to our right. Mason Cobb to our left. And we are underway here. Third period action as Morton will chip it down and back to the zone. Everhart, though, reaching in to try to send it back, and it'll be Osler sending out the center, but picked up by the Redhawks. Reef sending it out to Morton. Morton send it to Davey. Davey harassed by Everhart. Loose. Owen Everhart trying to get past Reef, but couldn't gather up the puck. This is going to go off the shoulder of one of the officials, and Redhawks will go for a change. Hostler will set this one up from behind the net. He'll send it out to Ethan Bell. Bell, quick pass out to Benson, but Ringhauser will clear it. And it'll be picked up by Hostler. Hostler went to take a shot, but Saylor right there will be redirected. And now Morton from his defensive zone will reset this for the Redhawks. Reef sending it up the boards. Craven there. Ringhauser going to send it down, and it'll be chipped up the board. Craven will have to chase this one through center. Otto Reef with the puck going across ice, but he'll feed Rossi nicely. And it'll be Angel Nikolov sending it out to center. Gage Weaver against the board. He'll take a bump from Reef, but he'll continue with the puck. He'll take another bump and send it over to Rossi nicely in the corner. Sending it back behind the net of Cobb. Looking for somebody in the slot. Craven there. Couldn't get the pass off. Puck in front of there. It's going to be a great save by Cobb. Redirected. And Canton-Akron going to send this one from mid-ice back down into the zone. And it'll be Schmitz from around the goal line sending it back out to center. Will press now. Redirecting it to Hannerberg as a couple of the Redhawks will go for a change. He'll drop pass it to Hunka. Hunka setting it up from that behind Connor Mold. Out to Lucas Black. Black lost it. Tried to find it. And now CAK with possession. He'll get out to Black. Black going to palm it down as he enters the zone. And he's going to be hit up front. Knocked off the puck. loose against the board, and Hunka will send it around the kick plate. Send it down into the corner. And it'll keep it in the zone. We'll chip this one down towards Mason Cobb. And it'll be pushed away by Caleb Bohan. And another pad save by Mason Cobb as the crowd reacts. Hannibal taking a shot, trying to get it through traffic, but it'll go to the upper left-hand corner. Seepy sending it back around to Lucas Black. Black trying to feed it into the slot. And it's going to go off the post. They'll redirect it to the board. He'll try to wrap around. And this time Parker will clear it for the Redhawks. And the Redhawks will ice it, and they'll go for a change. 14:27 left here in the third period. Canton-Akron will go for a change. They'll drop this one to the right of Cobb. Lucas Black, Tristan Hamilton for the draw. Campbell keeping it in with his boot. And Clayton now trying to clear it out to Davey. Davey through center. Couldn't get it past Emmerling. Emmerling back through center behind Hunka. Working to the far side. Emmerling trying to chip it into the zone. And we're going to get a whistle. And the puck headed up into the Red Hawk bench. So we'll have the draw just outside the Jets' offensive zone. And again, it'll be Hamilton and Hunka. Hamilton going to be able to clear this one all the way down there, and it's going to be icing coming up against the Red Hawks. 14:07 left here, third period. We are knotted up at one and have been for some time. Great battle back and forth here in this final game of the 2024-2025 Buckeye Cup. For both teams, may not be the last stop here this season as Hunka and Hamilton will take the face-off. Black reaching in to try to keep it in the zone. Davey, though, will gather it up on the far side. Chased down by Connor Seepy with the back check. Davey will be forced to chip it down, and Emmerling will slap it around the kick plate to Clayton. Davey dropping it back to Clayton. Davey will go down. He'll recover quickly. Press. Down in the right near corner. Somebody lost the stick here. They'll recover it. That'll be Emmerling. Honka into the zone. He'll drop it for Lucas Black. Black takes the shot. Blocker side save by Mason Cobb. Trying for the wraparound. It'll go through the crease and onto the near wall. Another shot around the kick plate here as Connor Seepy reached out to keep it in, but Max Campbell will gather it up in his defensive zone and send it back out to Lucas Black. It'll get past Black and head down into the circle to the right of Cobb. Honka battling down in the corner. We're going to have a penalty coming up. Checking from behind. And Tyson Honka will head to the box for 2 minutes, 13:08 left in the game. Tied up at 1. And the Redhawks will go to the power play. See what the call is here. So Honka to the box here. He'll try to plead his case, but unsportsmanlike will be assessed. So they're only 2 minutes here. And it's going to be a 2 and 10 as Stashowski will head to the box. He'll serve the 2-minute portion of this with 13:08 left. Eberhard to take the face-off against Ringhauser. Eberhard going to be able to clear this all the way down ice. And Miller will be all alone setting this up for the Miami Junior Redhawks. 12:59 left here in the game. Honka going to be done for a while here as Ringhauser now bring the puck down the near side. He'll try to work around Jack Barbieri. Hamilton sending it back out, but it'll pass up. Will press. And Mason Cobb will set this one behind the bench. Behind the net. As press with some speed through center. We'll get it to Ty Davey. Davey, one-on-one Barbieri. He'll feed it back across. Press from the point. Go D to Miller. Miller dropping to the Davey in the circle to the left of Connor Mold. He'll bank it off the glass, and the referee will duck. Press, trying to send it out. Everhart had an opportunity to get to it, but Miller will beat him to it. And Miller will reset from behind the goal line. 12:10 left here, third period. 1 minute left on the penalty to Tyson Honka. Miller dropping this down behind the net of Connor Mold. Hannenberg for CAK getting to it, and he'll try to chip it up the board, get it to Lucas Black. Black couldn't get it out of the zone, but it'll be backed up by Hannenberg. Davey, though, will pick up the puck. He'll be in the circle to the left of Mold. Back out to Miller at the blue line. He'll go D to D to press. Press. Dropping it down to Miller. Excuse me. That'll be Hamilton. Press back and forth, trying to work around Lucas Black. Miller from the blue line. Taking a shot off the stick of Jack Barbieri to go high into the glass. And Hamilton will send it back to Davey. Davey going to send it behind to Ringhauser, standing behind the net of Connor Mold. Trying to feed into the slot. Nothing there. Everhart going to clear it, though, all the way down ice. And it went in! Everhart! From one end of the ice to the other! Gets past Mason Kolb! It gives the Jets a 2-1 lead! A shorthanded goal with 9 seconds left! On the penalty! Unbelievable! A 1 in a million shot! And today was the day! Ethan Everhart! Excuse me, Owen Everhart did it again! Owen Everhart with the goal! Somebody send that to ESPN for the plays of the week. Mason Kolb thought he had it as Craven will take the face off. Barbieri now sending it down the boards. It's going to be icing. Oh, actually, they hadn't cleared the penalty yet. So unassisted. Owen Everhart with the goal. Ralph now through center. Down. Takes a shot from the high slot. And Mold will cover it up. 10:57 left here in the third period. And we're going to need a defibrillator up here. Somebody go hug Mason Kolb's mom. We know what it's like being a hockey mom. My goodness. Craven and Ralph to take the face off to the left of Mold. 2-1 is your score. Jets in the lead. Smith trying to take the shot through traffic. Can't get to it. Rossi nicely now through center. He'll have Gage Weaver behind him. Craven will trail as well. Nikolov and Hostler defensively. Morton tried to get it there. He'll get it to Ralph. Craven being a pest. And he'll backhand it to Weaver. Weaver sending it down into the far left corner. 10:35 left here. Long way to go in this one. Morton will try to feed it out. He'll get it through center. Nobody there for him. He'll try to get past Gage Weaver. Weaver line some pressure. Morton will go down. Puck will come from behind the net. And it's going to hit Saylor in the chest. As now Press will drop this one to Nick Ringhauser. Ringhauser down the near board. Didn't realize he had so much open ice. And when he did, try to get his feet under him. Everhart back on the ice. He'll be pressured by Will Press. Press with the back check. That'll cause Mulhan to be able to get a hold of it. Puck down in the corner again. Everhart from the near side. Will Press through center. Trying to get past Nikolov. Nikolov going to knock him off the path. Tyler Benson right there as well. It looked like Will Press didn't want to give up Benson's stick. Tyler Benson now past Schmidt. He's got an opportunity, a breakaway. Takes the shot and the back of the net. Tyler Benson unassisted. 9:35 of the third period. And that makes it a 3-1 lead for the Canton-Akron Jets. Great individual skill as Tyson Honka is going nuts in the penalty box. We understand, Mary Mold. I may have to call an ambulance for Caitlin. Unbelievable play by Tyler Benson, the sophomore, giving the Jets the 3-1 lead. But again, 9.5 minutes left here. A long way to go in this one. Mason Kolb a little bit shaken here, but Hamilton down the near board. Trying to work past Emmerling. Puck loose now, Sanders. Trying to bring it around to Max Campbell. Trying to knock Tristan Hamilton off the puck. And Stashowski gets it into the zone, but Miller will pick it up as it trickles too far ahead of him. Miller from behind the net of Cobb will take a bump from Deacon Johnson. Miller through center. Through the neutral zone, trying to feed Ty Davey. Davey takes a shot. Stick save by Connor Mold. Miller chipping it back down behind the net. 8:50 left here, third period. 3-1 is the score. Jets looking to add their name to that list of Buckeye Cup winners. The last 4 have been won by Dayton and Hilliard. And it's going to be Hamilton with an opportunity. He'll drop pass it to Davey. Davey couldn't get a shot off. There were 3 white jerseys in front of him. Emmerling through center. He has Stashowski to his left. Works it into the zone. Stashowski will go to the bench. We'll have a change as Lucas Black will make his way to the ice, as will Connor Seepy and Owen Everhart. 8:18 as the clock continues to run here. 3-1. Here's the Jets score. Emmerling takes a shot, but we're going to get a whistle offside. Everhart couldn't keep it in. We'll drop this one just outside the Jets' offensive zone. Ralph and Everhart for the faceoff. Hannenberg will chip this one all the way down behind the net of Mason Cobb. Morton trying to send it around the boards. He'll try to feed it out to Parker. Ralph, though, couldn't get to it as well. Smith trying to feed it down the boards with Connor Seepy there. He'll push it through center, and it'll make its way out to Otto Reef. Reef chipping it down into the zone. He'll go for a change. 7:46 left here, third period. Jets with a 3-1 lead. Everhart now in the rush. One player in front, takes a shot. It's going to go wide left of the cage. Had Caleb Bohan in front of him. A rebound shot, and Recipe couldn't get to it. Craven comes in. Almost got the shot coming off the bench. Somebody call Tim Samso. I'm standing on my chair. Bringhauser chipping this one down into the zone behind Connor Mold. Speaking of Mold, Kalen feeding me cough drops here to keep me going. Everhart dropping his gauge. Weaver around the boards. He'll keep it, looking for somebody in the slot. Nobody there. Craven just getting there, and we'll get a whistle. I believe the net may have come off its moorings.
This is an exciting one. I think we're all going to be a little hoarse when this is over.
Mason Cobb covering that puck up. Craven Weaver nicely back out. Nikolov and Hostler defensively for the Jets. 7:01 left. Craven will win the faceoff. Ringhauser will pick this one up for nicely, though. They'll tie it up down in the corner. Hamilton looking for an option. He'll feed it across ice. Nikolov, though, will chip it. Past Todorov, and he'll head back into the Jet zone. Nicely, he'll chase him down from behind. Puck still loose, but Clayton now into the zone. Passing Gage Weaver, he'll just chip it down. There had no options there. Ralph trying to find room. All he'll get is hit by two Jets. And the puck will head straight for Mason Cobb, who will stop it this time. His heart has to beat every time that happens now. 6:24 left, third period. Great game here between these two clubs. Jets with a 2-1 win in the series this year. Todorov chipping it down into the zone, and he'll head to the bench, as will Davey. They'll be replaced by Parker and Morton. Icing coming up against the Canton-Akron Jets. 5:58 left here, third period. We'll bring this one all the way back to the right, as Connor Mold needs to take a moment, take his helmet off, get a little bit of water. I think Galen just did the same thing. Evan Ralph and Ben Sanders to take the face off to the left of Connor Mold. Excuse me, that's going to be Everhart taking the face off. Emmerling and Bell out. Reef sending it down into the corner past Max Campbell. Campbell getting it past Parker out to the zone. Puck will drift into the defensive zone for the Redhawks, and Smith will send it down behind the net of Connor Mold, where Gavin Emmerling will gather it up off the glass. Morton trying to get to the puck. Looks like he got hit in the hand. He'll take a second to recover. Ringhauser now from the left of Connor Mold, bringing it around the net. Emmerling from the far right corner, trying to get it out of the zone, but Morton going to poke it off his stick. And Morton again, trying to get it off of Ethan Bell, and actually getting out to Saylor. Saylor taking a shot, and a blocker side save by Mold. Everhart down ice. It'll get to Schmidt. Schmidt's going D to D to Reef. Reef dropping it. Try to get it to Saylor, but Max Campbell beat him to it. And Sanders now sending out the center ice to Stashowski. Couldn't handle the pass. Press will have it. He'll send it across ice and get it to Reef. Reef back across the will press. Stashowski stepping in there, but Press will be able to ship this down one behind Connor Mold. Emmerling sending it out to mid-ice. Schmitz off the board. He'll get it to Saylor. Saylor couldn't handle it, and it'll drop down into the circle to the left of Mold. And Hanneberg will softly chip this one out to center. Deacon Johnson tried to get it in the zone, but Saylor now with it. Press as well to the far side. Sanders could intercept it on its way to the net. And Ben Sanders off the glass and back out to center as Schmidt trying to get into the zone. And now Clayton from the near side. He'll be parallel with Deacon Johnson and knocked off the puck by Black. Emmerling back out to center. Hamilton now with it. Emmerling working between Hamilton and Clayton. Puck will sail over the head of Clayton. Everhart taking the outside a shot. He'll send it down into the corner. He'll sail behind Mason Cobb. 3:46 left here in this final. Puck behind the net of Mason Cobb, tied up. Two white jerseys. And he'll send it across ice out to Ty Davey. He'll go off the back of his boot. And Seepy chips it into the zone. Hamilton back dropping it, and he'll get it out. And it's going to be knocked away again by Owen Everhart. Gage Weaver on the ice now, far side to Everhart. Takes a shot and a save by Mason Cobb. Great look for Owen Everhart, but an even better save by the Redhawks netminder. 3:12 left here in the game. Craven nicely. Weaver on the ice. Hanneberg. I believe that's going to be Hostler defensively. Excuse me, that's going to be Barbieri. Ringhauser from the near side, down the board into the zone. He'll lose the puck, chip it off the board. He'll get past Miller out to center, and they'll have to vacate. Gage Weaver working to the inside. Has nicely into the slot, couldn't get it off. From the near side, Craven being pinned by press. He can't get to the puck. Weaver, though, send it out to Hanneberg. Hanneberg fanned on the shot, and it'll be Ringhauser trying to get past Barbieri. Barbieri has the angle, though, and he's going to take the opportunity away as he'll try to wrap around, and it's going to go in. Miami gets the redirect, and it's 3-2 with 2:38 left here in the game. And it's not over yet, folks. Connor Saylor finds the back of the net for the Redhawks. With 2:38 left here in the game. Everhart for the faceoff. Clayton. Chip it down. It'll go right in front of Connor Mold. He'll put a glove down on it. We'll get a whistle. 2:34 left. Actually going to say Will Press. Okay. We'll go with what they say. All right. We'll drop this to the left of Connor Mold. Hamilton for the Redhawks. Everhart for CAK. Reef down behind the goal line. He'll get out to Ty Davey. Davey from the far right corner. We'll chip this one all the way down. Would have been icing, but now picked up by Reef. 2:19 left in the game. Reef bringing it down the far board, trying to get past Ethan Bell. Lucas Black, though. Excuse me, that's Everhart reaching in. He'll send it all the way back down, and it'll be set up by Mason Cobb for Morton. Morton from behind the net. He'll have Ethan Bell in front of him. Clayton trying to get it out of the zone. Everhart with the shot! And a glove save. Well, actually going to go to the right of the cage. Thought that Cobb had snagged that one. Davey, though, went to take the shot, but got back checked. And we're going to have a whistle. And Ethan Bell looks like he's going to the box. And the Redhawks will go to the power play. Hooking going to be the call against Ethan Bell. 3-2 is the score. Canton-Akron will go to the penalty kill. So Miami's going to take a timeout. We'll step aside as well for 30 seconds. You're listening to Canton-Akron Jets Hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. and Torrey Kruger. We're stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @College Hockey.
Champions of the college hockey world.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
Redhawks going to the power play with 1:47 left here in the game, down by 1. Jets lead 3-2. Ethan Bell headed to the box for hooking. Everhart to take the face off against Ringhauser. Puck settling down in the circle. Miller will have it at the blue line. He'll go D to press. Press dropping it down into the circle to Hamilton. Hamilton in front of Hanneberg. Hanneberg going to tie it up as long as he can. They'll get it back out to press at the blue line. D back to Miller. Back to the circle to Ty Davey. Barbieri in front of him. Black working to the outside, and he's going to get it out of the zone. They'll have to vacate. Davey, though, back to the inside. Ringhauser will chip it into the zone. Hanneberg off the board, trying to get it past Davey, but it'll head out the press. From the far side, Hamilton with the puck. CAK now going to clear this one down ice. 1:03 left in the game. Penalties irrelevant now as we have under a minute to play. Miller down the center, around Davey. Down the near board. Try to work around Everhart. Jayhawks will slow this one down. Ringhauser into the circle, trying to feed into the slot. Actually, he'll send it out to press at the blue line. Will press, going D to Miller. Miller dropping it down to the circle to Davey. Barbieri there as well. Saylor with it, and we got a penalty coming up. And it's going to be a 5-on-3 with 29 seconds left. Interference coming up against Lucas Black. It's going to be 5-on-3 for the next 29.8 seconds. As Black will head to the box. It'll be 5-on-3 for the rest of the game. As Ringhauser and Hunka will take the face-off to the right of Connor Mold. The Jets have a 3-2 lead. The Jayhawks have an opportunity. Miller from the blue line. He'll walk it. D to press. Press from the circle. Tries to shoot it, and it's going to go off the stick and up into the netting. 19.2 seconds left. Hanneberg, Hunka, and Barbieri. The three-man penalty kill unit out for the Canton-Akron Jets. Connor Mold, the junior out of Poland Seminary High School. And off the face-off! Hunka's going to send it down ice with 15 seconds left. Last-ditch effort by the Redhawks. Press to Davey. Davey takes a shot, and it's going to go in with 7 seconds left. This game is tied at 3. The Redhawks convert on the power play. It's 3-3 with 7 seconds left. 1:38 left on the penalty. To Lucas Black, 20 seconds left on the penalty. To Ethan Bell. We'll drop this one at center, 7 seconds left. Ty Davey with the score. As we'll drop this one at center. Everhart for the faceoff. Ringhauser taking the shot, trying to take the shot off there with 3 seconds left. But Barbieri will cover it up, and that will bring us to the end of regulation. We've gone 3. It's not enough. We are all tied up at 3. We're going to step aside for a quick timeout. When we come back, it'll be overtime here between Miami Junior Redhawks and the Canton-Akron Jets. You're listening to Canton-Akron Jets hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
You hear it all the time. Why Youngstown State University? Here's why. Because when it comes to engineering, medicine, sports, business, and the skills you need to take your place in the world, we take a backseat to nobody. Because we're the kind of people who look out for each other. Because we care about you, your success, and our future together. We are Youngstown State University, and now you know why.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In 96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in 09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
Sudden death overtime here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena in Strongsville. 17 minutes up on the board. Lucas Black still in the box for 127. It's 5-on-4 as we continue here in this championship game. Shot going to go wide right of the cage, actually stopped by Mason Cobb. Press slowly through the zone. He'll get out the Ringhauser. Ringhauser to the far side. Everhart trying to take the path away on the angle. Hanneberg, he'll follow him around the net. Ringhauser dropping it to Hamilton. Hamilton inside the circle, looking for a shot. Couldn't get one off. Ringhauser now sending it across ice back out to the line. It'll be Miller. He'll take the shot. Everhart will get in the way, redirect it, but it'll get back to Miller. Miller walking the blue line and back and forth. And Barbieri will be the closest one to it. He'll try to get past Hamilton. 43 seconds left on the power play for the Redhawks. Ringhauser going D to D, send it to Miller. Down through the circles and into the corner, up into the netting. And the clock will stop. 16:01 left here in this first overtime period. Next goal wins. Ethan Bell making his way to the ice. He'll replace Everhart. He'll drop this to the right of Connor Mold. Puck on the near board. Hunka trying to get past Miller with the shot. Back in. He scores! Tyson Hunka wins it in overtime for the Canton-Akron Jets. They are the 2024-2025 Buckeye Cup champions. It comes with a minute 9 into overtime. And finally, the Jets finish the job. Tyson Hunka, unassisted, gets the goal. And the Canton-Akron Jets, the number one team now in the state of Ohio, ranked by the USA Hockey Rankings. And a very emotional Connor Mold. An outstanding performance by both teams. Credit Mason Cobb and Connor Mold for sticking in there. Credit both teams for some outstanding hockey. Unbelievable. I got to go to a break. We'll step aside for a timeout. We come back, we'll wrap it up here and put a bow on what is now not the end of the 2024-2025 season for the Canton-Akron Jets. We'll be back right after this.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Nina's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Kruger were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it. It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Back here one last time at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena in Strongsville, Ohio, as the runners-up receive their medals for the runner-up position. Miami Jr Redhawks will finish the season 35-21-3. Canton-Akron now 35-14-1. And they'll introduce each and every player from both of these teams. If you paid to get in, you got your money's worth. Although if you paid to get in, you got suckered because it was free entry. Thanks to Jerry Lute for the congratulations message. Thanks to Dave Ferris, who has been working furiously back there so that we can have something up to celebrate for the Canton-Akron Jets. Take a look at the scoring recap here quickly as Ringhauser would get the scoring started. And the Redhawks would take a 1-0 lead. Barbieri would convert on the power play with the assist from Everhart. And then speaking of Everhart, he would get the next goal at 11:13 left in the first period, followed by Benson. Saylor would get the assist from press, Davies from press, and Hunka would finish it off in the OT as we go to our announcer to listen to the introductions of the Canton-Akron Jets players.
You are also going to be wearing a. You finish with it in California. We have Buckeye Cup Final. Number 3, Tyler Benson. Number 7, Mario Stasiowski. Number 8, Gage Wheeler. Number 9, Robert Hare. Number 10, Tyson Hunter. Number 12, Gavin Irving. Number 17, Ethan Bell. Number 19, Deacon Johnson. Number 21, Ross Nicely. Number 22, Benjamin Sanders. Number 18, Connor Zigby. Number 34, Maxwell Campbell. Number 40, Brennan Hustler. Number 42, Jack Barbieri. Number 57, Carmo. Number 7, Angel Nicola. Number 81, William Craven. Lucas Black. Number 86, Colin Everhart. John Evans.
And the celebration continues here. And quite the sight as Connor Mold comes over to acknowledge everybody.
Connor, would you step up and receive your...
And Connor Mold receiving the Buckeye Cup on behalf of the Canton-Akron Jets. It's been a long journey since last March. They have pushed, and they get to win. The Canton-Akron Jets are the 2024-2025 Buckeye Cup champions. They are the state champions in the USA Hockey ranking for Ohio. And as announced here, the Canton-Akron Jets appear to be headed to Anaheim, California to compete on a national level. And we'll keep you apprised of everything that's going on with that. We hope to be able to bring you all the action from California there. That will be March 26th through March 30th. Before we wrap it up, I want to thank everybody here for a great season here with the Canton-Akron Jets, starting with Coach Sean Houston and the entire staff, every player, every parent, and everybody who's ever helped out this program. They have put the work in, and it has paid off today. The Canton-Akron Jets, again, are your 2024-2025 champions. So for everybody here, for Caleb Mold, for Dave Ferris back in Youngstown, keeping an eye on us, for everybody who has ever listened to a Canton-Akron Jets game, I hope you got your money's worth today, because your score one last time here from the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena in Strongsville, Ohio. The Canton-Akron Jets, they get the overtime win, and they are state champions. Check back on our social media, excuse me, as we'll keep you up to date for all the future games coming up, hopefully, from the Golden State. Have a good night, everybody.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of Western Reserve Radio. And we now return to our regularly scheduled programming.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it. It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Here, $500,000 policy for nearly $40 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $18 a month, a savings of nearly $300 a year.
Whether you need a $100,000 policy or a $10 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50%